over 90% of the tournaments they've entered. You know, so they are the favorites to win Apex doubles as well.
Yeah, defending champs.
Yeah. Actually, I believe last year they solidly swept the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. Of course, you have teams like Yuta King and Lee Martin still in. And right now, a match that I'm very excited to see is Coney and Seagull Joe versus Adamus. Excuse me, not Adamus. They had eliminated Adamus and Mr. R earlier, but now they'll be facing Anti and Ally.
Yeah, Maryland's finest right now, Seagull and Coney. Coney, he's more of a teams-oriented player by admission himself now these days. Really enjoys the team aspect of Brawl. Seagull Joe has always been a great player, and even recently, though, he kind of just was like one day, hey, I'm going to go up to like the hardest region on the East Coast, and I'm going to get top 5 at this tournament. Yeah. And then did it. And then he said, you know what, next weekend, I'm going to go to this tournament where all these elite players are. I'm going to get top 5 at this tournament. And then he did it again. And, you know, Joe has just been showing that, you know, even though Wolf, some people think Wolf is bad, he's showing he doesn't care. As a player, he's going to put the work in and get the results that he wants.
And what Joe does, stretching Wolf to his limits, Coney can be said doing the same for Dedede.
Yes.
Maybe not as much as Vex lately, but Coney has shown a very impressive Dedede at this tournament so far. So Wolf and Dedede versus Meta Knight and Snake. I do think that, you know, it's not too terrible of a matchup. In a doubles situation, I do think Wolf has decent tools to deal with Meta Knight. He doesn't get Tornado juggled for free. He has the down B to pop that Tornado. And, you know, Dedede versus Snake is a matchup set to go in Dedede's favor at times. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential for a lot of nice team combos with Wolf Dedede.
Yeah. Wolf has solid kill moves, solid kill power, and so does Dedede, and both of them have down throws that are amazing at setting each other up. So if they're able to get those isolated situations, perhaps they can take advantage of that. Ally wasn't having any of the Dedede in the beginning of the match, instantly runs away knowing that Dedede has no way of chasing him with a burst move on the opening, and puts Seagull into a down throw.
Oh, wow. Great cover by Ally, but really good decision-making off the edge by Coney right there with Anti right above him.
Yeah, making sure not to get gimped. I like how Ally had the foresight to capitalize on Anti's edge guarding. He said, oh, you forced the Wolf to side B. Let me get this forward smash prepared just in case he lands here. Of course, didn't necessarily pay off this time. Very accurate up airs. Wow. 6-hit combo by Anti. Yeah, even off of Joe's especially good DI.
Anti looking really sharp right now. Going in. Only 53%. And both Coney and Joe already at their second stock. Ally just fell.
Anti is just so resilient to damage, and that's a really good characteristic you want to have in this game.
Yeah, getting hit and being able to bounce right back on the offense. A lot of players get hit and then start to try and defend themselves with defensive options, but sometimes the best offense is your greatest defense.
Yeah. You know, he paralyzes his opponents, makes them unable, but just like that. You know, I think he took that on purpose because he realizes, okay, I'm up the stock. I'd rather have Dedede at 1 stock, even though, you know, I've been really good at not taking damage. I can continue to do that, but this just eliminates the stock of Dedede for free, shortens the runtime of the match, and just gives me a lot of pressure on the stage because now we have 3 stocks to deal with 4, and he sees that Wolf is already at high percents.
Yeah, Anti looking to take out the Wolf, and Ally does the job for him.
And with that back air that has been landed on Anti, he's now at 49%. You know, after trading that stock with Dedede, who's at 77, now even 84. So we can see that he doesn't mind trading with Dedede, even though Dedede's a tankier character. He's going to put out the damage more, he's going to take less damage, and he's going to control the game at a much higher level than Seagull has been able to.
Oh, wow. Coney going in with these grabs right now, disrupting a lot. Goes to the up tilt and misses.
Wolf narrowly making it back onto the stage. Joe's going to be thinking his lucky stars for that one. But it looks like Anti's not ready to quite give up this gimp.
Oh, wow, and the back air by Coney takes out Ally stock. But just as that happens, Anti ends Seagull Joe's third stock. Coney at 145, and he's just like, yeah, let me chill.
Wow. The mix-ups. The absolutely devastating mind games. They were like, they embarrassed them. They're like, all right, we're not even going to hit you. It doesn't matter if you're at 150. We're just going to pressure you into death.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to do an option that you're a big advocate of against DDD, and that's the footstool option.
Yeah, the footstool, that's something that I personally favored a huge amount in back when DDD was very popular.
Yep.
I used to always like footstooling because he has multiple jumps, but if you footstool him and he goes really low, he won't be able to jump all the way back into the stage. It forces the FB, and if he's not swinging any hitboxes, he will go into that tumble animation. Footstool is big. Another thing that I was expecting, just one player grab the edge, and then, the other one finish him off. He's already at 150. Snake should have no trouble.
Yeah, with Snake's kill power, yeah, DDD, even as big of a character he is, wouldn't have made a difference.
Now, I have to wonder what was banned for this to get picked.
I think this might have been one of those situations where they're probably not going to pick it, and then they do.
I absolutely expected them to pick this, except that it was banned. But it could be Stadium. Maybe they just decided, all right, I don't want to fight on Pokemon Stadium because those wall transformations are good for DDD, for Wolf. But Castle Siege is not exactly a place I would favor being. Coney putting in a lot of work right now, taking back the stage control for Green Team, getting yet another grab onto Anti, putting him on some damage. Unfortunately, Joe has already lost his first stock. Again, less than a minute into the game.
Yeah, Joe having a hard time dealing with Ally and Anti, even in those 1v1 situations, but converts a back air there. Very nice. And look at that pressure from underneath by Coney.
Joe trying to snipe Anti out of the air, is unable to connect the side B. And Anti just spinning all around Joe, but then accidentally gets taken out by Ally C4. Pretty close game. Well, Joe's down a stock. But other than that, it's definitely not over. I mean, if you think about it, a single grab on Snake right now by DDD. I don't even know why DDD's occupying himself with Meta Knight. I would just be trying to grab that Snake and rack up so much damage with the chain grab, get him off the stage. Even if you're not able to convert it off the death line with the walk-off, still having that pressure of the chain grab is a lot of damage onto the opponent. The problem is tying up the Meta Knight long enough to get an opportunity to really capitalize on it.
Hey, what's the score here?
The score here is 1-0 in favor of Anti and Ally.
Oh, wow. Shout out to BS Chung. Gordo in the building.
Oh, wow. So accurate with these grabs.
Like
grab release into Snake.
Into a Snake grab.
That's scary. I mean, there's a lot of follow-ups you might have to a grab release, but releasing me into a Snake, that's on a whole nother level of terrifying.
And Coney's the one that falls first. Wow, Ally lived that Wolf down smash.
Well, actually, Joe fell first, and then the share stock came out.
Okay. Anti-stick is now transferred to Joe.
There it goes.
Oh, and for some reason...
Yeah, that was very surprising. He did have the port priority, so I'm a little bit surprised that Joe is still alive to talk to us right now. But he seems to be in critical condition as Allies got him in a tech chase situation at the edge. Joe fighting hard to remain in the game. Things still look pretty glum. That could be it.
Oh.
D-tilt into up tilt will close it out.
You saw that reaction?
And that is the set.
That up tilt, and Ally was just a tad late, but still just enough to boom.